Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel. Myself Raza, and in this video I am going to discuss the official model paper released by RGUKT for the IIIT entrance examination 2021. So there are changes in the model paper. Now in this video I am going to discuss the mathematics related questions. So I am going to solve each and every question. So please try to watch the video till the end. So if you have any friends, so please share with them so that they also get benefited from this video. Right, so before getting into the video, so we are going to discuss some instructions related to the examination. So first of all, so how the paper looks. So in the question paper, so you will be given 100 questions. So previously there were 120 questions. Now the time allotted for the examination is 120 minutes and the total number of questions are 100 and the maximum number of marks are also 100, and the candidate has to fill their roll number here, right? And the question paper will be in both English and Telugu medium. Okay, now these are nothing but the instructions which the student need to follow before writing the examination. So he has to read all the instructions carefully, and the exam will be completely based on OMR. So OMR is a separate sheet, so which he or she has to fill either with black or blue ballpoint pen only. So they should not use gel pens or ink pens, right? And next, the points that the candidate need to follow, or the candidate should fill the roll number on the question paper, booklet and booklet code, and all relevant information printed on the OMR. So they need to verify these. Next, the test consists of 100 questions. So 1 to 40 questions from mathematics, 41 to 80 physical science. So physical science in the sense both physics and chemistry. Next 81 to 100 biological science. Next, each question carries 1 mark. So blank page is provided for doing the rough at the end of this question paper, right? Next, so the candidate need to fill the correct answer in the OMR sheet to the corresponding question number. Next, the OMR sheet consists of 2 copies. So first one is original copy and the second one is candidate copy. So you should not separate them. So until the exam is completed, you should not separate them. The original copy will be taken away by the invigilator and the candidate copy can be taken by the student, right? So candidate need not return the question paper, can take it after completion of the examination. And one more thing, so the student cannot leave the examination before the end of the examination. So these all are nothing but the instructions so that are given in the question paper. So once you need to read them and then you need to start writing the examination. And few more instructions from my side. So this examination is for entrance into IIITs. So mostly the exam will be time killing. That means more number of questions will be given as A, B, C, D, right? So you need to be fast enough to answer those questions. You need to save your time, so where it is needed, and you need to utilize the time for those questions, right? Let us see question number 1. So what is the value of log 50 to the base 1950 plus log 39 to the base 1950? So if you observe this carefully, so logarithm of 50 to the base 1950 plus logarithm of 39 to the base 1950. Since you are having 1950 as the base and you are having plus symbol, then log A plus log B can be written as log of A into B, which can be written as 50 into 39. So log of 50 into 39 to the base 1950. So log of 50 into 39. So the value of 50 into 39 is nothing but 1950 to the base 1950. So log 1950 to the base 1950 is nothing but 1. Hence the answer is option C, right? So here the things that we have used are log A plus log B. So the formula of log A plus log B is nothing but log A into B, and one more formula what we have used is log A to the base A is equal to 1, right? Next, moving on to question number 2. The GCD of 510 and 92 is. So here how many questions are given? So 3 questions. So this is what I already told you. So this is nothing but wastage of time, right? So log 1 to the base A, so already you know this value. So log 1 to the base A is nothing but 0, which is nothing but R. Next, A greater than 0, A root C is equal to root AC. So when A is sent inside, it becomes A square. So when A root C is equal to root AC, then its possible value is nothing but 1. So here A value is 1. which is nothing but p. So from this you can verify. So where I am having rp at the end, so rp, hence the answer is option B. So from this clearly GCD of 510 and 92 is Q. Right, next moving on to question number 3. If x is equal to log 3 to the base 2 plus and y is equal to log 5 to the base 2, then express log 60 to the base 2 in terms of x and y. Now let us see. So what is the given question? Log 60 to the base 2. So how can you write 60 as? So do prime factorization. So in 2 table, so it goes 30 times. Next again in 2 table, so 15. Again in 3 table, 5 times. Now this can be written as logarithm of 2 square into 3 into 5 to the base 2. Again this is in the form of log of a into b into c. So log of a into b into c can be written as log a plus log b plus log c. Right? Again, so this is in the form of log a power m to the base b. So this I can write as 2 log 2 to the base 2 plus log 3 to the base 2. So from the question, log 3 to the base 2 is nothing but x plus log 5 to the base 2 is nothing but y. So log 2 to the base 2 is nothing but 1. So 2 plus x plus y. Hence the answer is log 60 to the base 2 is equal to 2 plus x plus y. Next moving on to question number 4. So which of the following statements are true? So these statement type of questions also will be asked. So these all are nothing but the model questions, so which will be asked in your examination. So here you need to verify all the 3 questions. That means here we are not dealing with only one question, so we are dealing with 3 questions. Okay, so that is nothing but called as time wasting strategy. Okay, you need to save your time, you need to read the question fast enough, and you need to answer it. So if A is equal to set of PQR, so there are totally 3 elements. Now number of subsets. So number of subsets formula is 2 power n. But here we are having 3 terms, so 2 power 3 which is equal to 8. But what he has given? So he has given it as 10. Hence this statement is false. Next, if n of A is equal to 6, n of B is equal to 4. So in set A I am having 6 elements, in set B I am having 4 elements. Maximum number of elements in A intersection B is. So in A intersection B, the maximum number of elements that can be common is, so the least value among these two. So the least value among these two. Hence, so this is possible. Hence it is true. Empty set is subset of every set. So it is also true. Right? So only 2 and 3 are correct. So from this, both the 2 and 3 are true. Option D is my answer. So while answering, so you may get confused, because here we are having 1, 2, 3 and A, B, C, D. So you need to be careful related to this particular options. Okay, next moving on to question number 5. If A minus B is equal to 5, then the relation between A and B is. So what is the meaning of A minus B? So A minus B is nothing but A difference B. So when will you get A difference B is equal to 5? So generally we know A difference B is nothing but equal to the number of elements present in A after cancelling with the elements present in B. So since he has given A minus B is equal to 5, that means there are no elements that are remained after cancelling. That means clearly A should be subset of B. If A is a subset of B, then only we can say that A minus B is equal to 5. If it is the reverse case, B minus A is equal to 5, then we need to say that B is subset to A. Right? Next, moving on to question number 6. Assertion A 3, 5, 7 and B 2, 3, 5. Then A intersection B is equal to 3, 5. So if you observe 3, 5 is present in A and 3, 5 is present in set B also. Then A intersection B is nothing but 3, 5. Hence assertion is correct. Next, what about reason? So the definition of A intersection B is given in set builder form. So this is nothing but the definition of A intersection B in set builder form. So what is that? A intersection B is equal to X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. That means A intersection B means X should be present in A as well as. So and means as well as X should be present in B. So reason is also correct. So from this what I can say, both assertion and reason are true and reason is supporting the assertion. Right. Next, moving on to question number 7. The zeros of the polynomial h of x is equal to x minus 5 into x square minus x minus 6. are alpha, beta, gamma, then which of the following is false? So it's asking which of the following is false. So from this, what can we write? H of x is equal to x minus 5 into x square minus x minus 6. Again we can factorize this. So how can you factorize x square minus x minus 6 as? So we can write this as x square minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. When I take x as common from the first two terms, I will get x minus 3, plus if I take 2 as common, then I am going to get x minus 3. From both the terms, if I take x minus 3 as common, then this can be written as x plus 2. So from this, h of x can be written as x minus 5 into x minus 3 into x plus 2. So from this, the zeros are 5 comma 3 comma minus 2. Here the zeros of h of x are 5 comma 3 comma minus 2. So from the options 5, 3, minus 2. So these three are satisfying. Hence option C is my false statement, right? Next, moving on to question number 8. The curve y is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6 passes through. Now if you want to have passes through, that means simply we need to find out the zeros of this. So zeros of this particular polynomial, quadratic polynomial, are nothing but 2 comma 3. That means, so the points through which it is passing through is 2 comma 0 as well as 3 comma 0. Now from this, option C will be my answer. So we can take 3 comma 0, or if it is given 2 comma 0, then also it will satisfy. Next, x cube minus 8 divided by x minus 2. Now from this you can simply see that x cube minus 8 can be written as x cube minus 2 cube divided by x minus 2. Again this is in the form of a cube minus b cube. So a cube minus b cube can be written as a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square divided by x minus 2. So this x minus 2 gets cancelled. Then I am going to get option A, x square plus 2x plus 4. Next, the graph which is passing through 0 comma 0. Right, so only one option is left over. So y is equal to x square passes through 0 comma 0. So CAB. So where is CAB? So CAB is option D. Right. Next, moving on to question number 9. X square plus bx plus c has factors x minus 1 into and x plus 2. Then what is the value of b plus c? So for this, what we are going to do is simply multiply x minus 1 and x plus 2. Multiply x minus 1 and x plus 2, then compare with this. Right, then what I am going to have, x square plus 2x minus x minus 2. So on simplification, x square plus x minus 2. Now on comparison, so what is the given equation? Sorry, polynomial x square plus bx plus c. So on comparison, b is equal to 1, c is equal to minus 2. Now from this, b plus c is equal to 1 minus 2, which is nothing but minus 1. Hence the answer is option D. Next, moving on to question number 10. If 6x minus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0 and kx minus y minus 2 is equal to 0 has unique solution. So unique solution means, already you know, for unique solution what should be the condition? So a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. Right, so a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So based on this, so what we can say, 6 by k is not equal to minus 2 by minus 1. So minus minus gets cancelled, and from this what I am going to get, k not equal to 3, because this 6 it cancels 3 times, this cancels 1 time. So k is not equal to 3. So hence assertion is correct here. Next, coming to reason, if a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0 are dependent equations, then a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So what is the meaning of dependent equations? So dependent equation means, so a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Right. So dependent equations means, so you are going to get the solutions. Now from this, what I can say, so what is the answer? Here dependent equation means they are coincident lines. Though a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, but what he has given, so a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. Hence reason is not correct. Hence what we can say, assertion is true, reason is false. Assertion is true, reason is false. Right. Next, moving on to question number 11. Which of the following equations has the solution of 2 comma minus 3? Now this is nothing but simply option verification. So what I am going to get? So 2 2's 4, minus 3 into minus 3 is plus 9. So 4 plus 9 is 13. So but what he has given? He has given it as 10. So clearly option C will come, right? So 4 plus 9 is equal to 13 is given now. So option C will be my answer here. Next, question number 12. So x is equal to 7 is a line. Now simply whenever you get these type of questions, you need to recall the coordinate system. So x is equal to 7 means, so you will be having the point here. Now x is equal to 7 is nothing but a line, so which is parallel to y axis. So clearly, so this is the line which is x is equal to 7. So from this what we can say, so it is nothing but a line parallel to y axis. Or if you want to give the question, so option like this, then he will be giving, so passes through 7 comma 0. So if you want to give like this option, then he has to give passes through 7 comma 0. So that also will be correct. Next, moving on to question number 13. So here, which of the following statement is true? So which of the following statement is true? So checking for option 1. If x square minus 6x plus k is equal to 0 has real and distinct roots. So real and distinct roots means delta should be greater than 0. That is nothing but discriminant should be greater than 0. So when I substitute the values, so b square. So b square means, so minus 6 whole square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is k greater than 0. So from this 36 is greater than 4k. That means 4k is less than 36. So k is less than 36 by 4, which is nothing but 9. Right? So k is less than 9. So option 1 is true. So if option 1 is true, so remaining options will become false. Now let us see the remaining options also. The sum of roots of the equation 6x square minus 1 is equal to 0. So here we don't have x term, so let us consider it as 0x. Then sum of roots is given by minus x coefficient by x square coefficient, no? So if it is given as 0, then it would be my correct answer. Next, the general formula of quadratic equation. So if you want to have quadratic equation, you should have x square minus bx minus c is equal to 0. Next, number of solutions of a quadratic equation. So number of is nothing but 2, right? So option A is correct, remaining all are false. Next, moving on to question number 14. If alpha beta are the roots of x square plus ax plus 12 is equal to 0 such that alpha minus beta is equal to 1, then a is equal to, so this is a. Then he is asking you to find out the value of a. So for this the solution is nothing but, so x square plus ax plus 12 is equal to 0. For this he has given alpha minus beta is equal to 1, and already we know from the equation alpha plus beta is equal to minus x coefficient by x square coefficient, which is nothing but minus a by 1, which is equal to minus a. The same way I can write product of roots also, which is nothing but constant term by x square coefficient, which is nothing but 12 by 1, which is equal to 12. Now we know the relation between difference of roots, sum of roots and product of roots. So we have a relation, right? So what do we know? Alpha plus beta whole square plus alpha minus beta whole square, not minus, so it is, so not plus, it is minus, is equal to 4 times of alpha into beta. So we know this relation. Now substituting the values, we are going to have minus a square minus 1 square is equal to 4 times of alpha beta is 12. Now this is a square minus 1 is equal to 12 4, so 48. A square is equal to 49, so a is equal to plus or minus 7. Hence the answer is plus or minus 7. Next, moving on to question number 15. The product of roots of 4x square minus 1 is equal to 0. So product of roots means constant by x square coefficient, so which is nothing but minus 1 by 4. So from this option is yes. Next, sum of roots of this equation. So sum of roots means, so minus of x coefficient is minus 1 by x square coefficient is 4, which is nothing but 1 by 4. So which gives me t automatically. So if the roots are equal, so roots are equal means what is the condition? Roots are equal means, so b square is equal to 4ac, that is nothing but discriminant is equal to 0. So b square is equal to 4ac means k square is equal to 4 times of 2 into 2. So 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. So k is equal to plus or minus root 16, which is equal to plus or minus 4. Hence it is u. Hence the answer is STU. Option A is my answer here. Next, moving on to question number 16. Assertion x plus 2 whole square is equal to x cube minus 4 is a quadratic equation. So clearly, so there is no trace for x cube on left hand side. So we cannot cancel that x cube. Hence, it will not be a quadratic equation. Next, reason, an equation whose degree is 2 is called a quadratic equation. So reason is correct. So from this what I can say, assertion is false and reason is true. Next, question number 17. A2 is equal to 2 and an is equal to an minus 1 minus 1. Right, then what is the value of a5? So from this clearly, so it is following this particular sequence. So an is equal to an minus 1 minus 1. Now from this I can find out a1 no. So a2 can be written as a2 minus 1 minus 1. So already we know a2 value, so a2 is equal to 2 and this becomes a1. So a1 minus 1. So from this a1 is equal to 3. So a1 is equal to 3. Next a2 is equal to 2. Or what we can simply say, we know that D is equal to a2 minus a1 or the same way an minus 1. Now on rewriting this, so I can say an minus 1 is equal to minus 1. That means common difference is minus 1. And we got first term also. From this a5 I can find it out now. So a5 is equal to a plus 4d. So what is a here? So a is nothing but 3 plus 4 into minus 1. So which is nothing but 3 minus 4, which is equal to minus 1. Hence the answer is option C. So likewise we can find it out. Okay. Next, moving on to question number 18. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on n by 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So in numerator you can observe that this is nothing but sum of first n natural numbers, right? So which is nothing but sigma n. So what is the formula for sigma n? So sigma n is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2 whole divided by, in the denominator you can see that these are nothing but sum of first n odd natural numbers. So sum of first n odd natural numbers formula is nothing but n square. Now when there is nothing in the denominator, then it is having 1 in the denominator. Hence what we can do, so we can bring this denominator to, so this denominator, if you want to bring it to numerator, so it becomes reciprocal. Then this n in n square, it cancels n times. Hence the answer is n plus 1 by 2 times of n. Hence option B will be my answer here. Next, moving on to question number 19. So what he has given, if the endpoints of the diameter A 4, 3 and B x, 5 lie on the circle with the center O, right? Now since it is the diameter, so the midpoint of these 2 points is nothing but my center. So from that what we can say, so what is midpoint formula? So x1 plus x2 by 2. So x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2 is nothing but midpoint formula, which is equal to 2 comma 4, which is equal to 2 comma 4. Since I need the value of x, so x is nothing but x coordinate. No, simply I am comparing the x coordinates. So 4 plus x, so this is x1 and this is x2. So 4 plus x divided by 2 is equal to 2. When I do cross multiplication, so 4 plus x is equal to 2, 2s are 4. So from this x is equal to 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. Hence the value of x is 0 here. Next, moving on to question number 20. The segment joining the points A 4, 6 and B minus 7, minus 1 is divided by x axis. So if he says x axis, then the formula is simply minus y1 is to y2. Minus y1 is to y2. So minus y1 means minus 6 is to y2 is nothing but minus 1. Hence the answer is 6 is to 1. But what he has given 5 is to 3. Hence statement 1 is wrong. Next, moving on to statement 2. So if the points A 2, 3, B 4, K and C 6, minus 3 are collinear, then the value of K is 6. Now how can you verify this? So collinear means you can say that slopes are equal. So slopes are equal means So simply what you can consider, so slope of these 2 points and slope of these 2 points, because when you are having a unknown term, then you need to use it only once. So don't use that point twice. Okay, use that point only once. Now finding out the slopes. So what is slope formula? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So by applying this formula we are going to have, so y2 means, so k, so for these two if I apply, so k minus 3 by 4 minus 2 is equal to, next for these two if I am going to apply, then what I am going to have, so minus 3 by 6 minus 2. Now simplification, so k minus 3 by 2 is equal to minus 6 by 6 minus 2 is 4. Now in 2 table, so this 4 cancels 2 times, again in 2 table, so this cancels minus 3 times. So from this k is equal to, so minus 3 when I transpose it becomes plus 3, so minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. The value of k is given as 6, but what do we got? K value is equal to 0. So from this simply what I can say, both the statements are false. Next, moving on to question number 21. So secant power 4 theta plus tan power 4 theta is equal to 4 by 3. Then the value of tan theta into secant theta is equal to. So observe this problem carefully. So secant power 4 theta. So secant power 4 theta I am going to write it as secant square theta whole square plus tan power 4 theta I am going to write it as tan square theta whole square. Now this is in the form of a square plus b square. Now we are having the formulas for a square plus b square. So there are two formulas. So one is a plus b whole square minus 2ab, and there is one more formula which is nothing but a minus b whole square plus 2ab. Now we need to choose the formula correctly so that the problem will become simple. And we know that in identity of secant theta and tan theta, so we are going to have secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So we need to make use of this particular equation here. So a square plus b square, I need to write it as secant square theta minus tan square theta whole square plus 2 times of secant square theta into tan square theta. I hope you have understood, right? Now already this value is given as 4 by 3, so I am writing 4 by 3 is equal to, so this value is nothing but the identity, so I can write as 1 square plus 2 into secant square theta into tan square theta. Now this one when I transpose, it becomes 4 by 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2 times of secant square theta into tan square theta. So what I am going to get, so this becomes 1 by 3 is equal to 2 times of secant theta into tan theta, so this whole square. So this is nothing but 1 by 6 is equal to secant theta into tan theta whole square. So finally what is the answer I need? So I need secant theta into tan theta, so I can write it as square root of, so 1 plus or minus 1 by root 6. Okay, so from this secant theta into tan theta is equal to plus or minus 1 by root 6. So this is nothing but my answer here. Next, moving on to question number 22. If O is the center of the circle, ABCD is a square inscribed inside the circle, find the ratio of the perimeter of ABCD and the perimeter of the semicircle ABC. Now let us see the figure how it looks. So this is nothing but a circle which is having center O, and so there is a square. So there is a square ABCD. So I am drawing it roughly. So this is A, B, C and D. Right. For suppose if I consider the side length as A, then the diameter will be equal to the diagonal of the square. So from this what I can say, if side length is equal to A, if side of square is equal to A, so side of square is equal to N, A, then what I can say, diameter is equal to diagonal. So diameter is equal to diagonal, which is nothing but root 2 times of A. So from this, radius of the circle is given by A by root 2. Radius of the circle is given by A by root 2. Now what did he ask? Perimeter of ABCD. So what is meant by perimeter of ABCD? So perimeter of ABCD is nothing but perimeter of square, so which is nothing but 4 times of A. So already it is done. Next, what did he ask? Perimeter of semicircle. So what is perimeter of semicircle formula? So perimeter of semicircle. So perimeter of semicircle ABC. So perimeter of semicircle ABC is given by pi r plus 2r. It is nothing but pi r plus 2r. So from this I can write r into pi plus 2. Now substituting the values, what is r here? So radius is nothing but a by root 2 into pi plus 2. Now substituting the values here. Now since he is asking the ratio, right? So ratio is given by 4a divided by a by root 2 into pi plus 2. Now this a and a gets cancelled and this root 2 will come to numerator. Hence the answer is 4 root 2 by pi plus 2. Hence option D is my answer. Next, moving on to question number 23. If 3 power x is equal to 2 power y is equal to 6, then x plus y by xy is equal to 1. Now let us check the first one. Now 3 power x is equal to 6, I can write the same way. 2 power y is equal to 6. Then from this 3 is equal to 6 power 1 by x and 2 is equal to 6 power 1 by y. Now when I multiply these two equations, then what I am going to get? 6 is equal to, so 3 into 2 is 6 is nothing but equal to 6 power 1 by x into 6 power 1 by y, or simply write it as 3 into 2 in the next step. So I can write as 6 is equal to 6 power 1 by x plus 1 by y. Now here on the left hand side we are having 6 power 1, so based on this, so 1 is equal to 1 by x plus 1 by y. So on simplifying this, I am going to get this particular form. On taking LCM, I am going to get this. Hence statement 1 is correct. Next, statement 2. So if you observe statement number 2, so what he has given? X is equal to log 3 to the base 2. So from this, 1 plus x is equal to 1 plus log 3 to the base 2. So this 1 I can write it as log 2 to the base 2, because base is 2. So I can write as log 2 to the base 2 plus log 3 to the base 2. So based on this, what I am going to get? So log of 2 into 3 to the base 2, which is nothing but log 6 to the base 2. So this particular value is log 6 to the base 2. So what I am going to get? 1 by, so from the given condition I can write as 1 by log 6 to the base 2 plus 1. Now this 1 by log 6 to the base 2 I can write as log 2 to the base 6. So 1 by log 6 to the base 2 I can write as log 2 to the base 6 plus this 1 again I can write as, since the base is 6, I can write it as log 6 to the base 6. So this particular thing I can write it as log 6 to the base 6. Again I can apply log a plus log b formula. I can write as log a into b to the base 6. So which is nothing but log 12 to the base 6. Hence option B is also correct. Next, coming to third option. So h is altitude of equilateral triangle, then its area is h square by root 3. Now let us check. So already we know the formula for height. So height of equilateral triangle. So height of equilateral triangle is root 3a by 2. So from this I am going to get a is equal to 2h by root 3. 2h by root 3, and already we know the formula for area of equilateral triangle. So delta is equal to root 3 a square by 4. Now substituting the value, so this I can write as root 3 by 4 into a square means 4h square by root 3. Sorry, root 3 will become 3 now. Now 4 gets cancelled. This root 3 in 3 it cancels root 3 times. Hence the answer is h square by root 3. So option 3 is also correct. Next, option 4. So sin 60 is root 3 by 2, cos 60 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is smaller than root 3 by 2, hence this is wrong. So only 1, 2, 3 are correct. Hence option C is my answer here. Next, moving on to question number 24. If a die is rolled, so which of the following events has the least probability? So least probability means, so first of all let us check getting an odd number. So what are the possibilities for getting an odd number? 1, 3 and 5. So there are 3 possibilities out of 6. Next, getting a prime number. So 2, 3, 5. So it is also having 3 possibilities. Getting a composite number. So composite number means So what are the composite numbers we are going to have? 4 and 6. Next, getting an even number. So 2, 4, 6. So amongst all this particular option having only 2 possibilities. Remaining all are having 3 possibilities. Hence this is the least probability. Next, moving on to question number 25. The difference of maximum and minimum values of a data. So already we know. So it is nothing but range. So the formula of range is nothing but maximum value minus minimum value. Next, to know popular brand of an article. So popular brand means nothing but mode will be useful. When extremes are not important. So extremes. So because of extremes which is not affected. So it is nothing but median, because median exists at the center of the data. When all the observations are important, then we can go for mean. So SRQP. So SRQP, option B is my answer here. Next, moving on to question number 26. In triangle ABC shown, D is some interior point and XYZW are the measures of the angles in degrees. Solve X in terms of YZW. Now this is Z. Okay. So if this is Z, this is also Z. Now what he has given, so we need to express this particular thing in terms of X, Y, Z. Now since this angle is W, then angle at a point is nothing but 360 degrees only, no? Angle at a point is 360 degrees. Now this angle I can write it as 360 degrees minus W. 360 degrees minus W. Now you can see that these are 4 sides. Hence it is forming a quadrilateral. So sum of angles of a quadrilateral is nothing but 360 degrees only, no? Now adding up all the angles. So angle X plus angle Y plus 360 degrees minus W plus Z is equal to 360 degrees. So on both sides I can cancel out this 360 degrees. Now since I need the value of X, so X is equal to this minus W will become plus W, this plus Y will become minus Y, this plus Z will become minus Z. Hence the relation between X, Y, Z, W is X is equal to W minus Y minus Z. Hence option A is my answer here. Next, moving on to question number 27. Now let us see this question. Here you need to understand some concepts, right? Now let us see this. Now since this is the center, now when I join these lines like this, so what I am going to have? So I am going to have the diameter. For suppose if the radius of this circle is R and this length is given as 2, right? Then this particular part will become R minus 2. This particular part will become R minus 2. Now let us go on with some other color. Next what I am going to do is, so I am going to extend this line passing through D. I am going to extend this line passing through D, and he has given this length is 3 units and this length is also 3 units. For suppose this length from D is some X. This length from D is some X. Now you can clearly see that, so from point B through C, so from point B through C you can see that BA is a tangent and BCD, for suppose if this point is some E, then what I can say, this BE is acting as secant. So from there you are going to have a formula that is nothing but AB square, that is nothing but tangent length square is equal to BC into BE, right? So we can write BA square is equal to BC into BE, right? So using that concept, so I am going to get 6 square is equal to, what is BC? So BC length is 3 into BE length. So BE length is nothing but 3 plus X. 3 plus X. So this is nothing but 36 is equal to 3 into 6 plus X. Now in 3 tables, so this 36 cancels 12 times. Now from this I am going to get X is equal to 6. So this value of X is nothing but 6 here. Now again, if you observe this CE, for suppose this point is some F and this point is some G. Now you can observe that CE and FG are two chords which are intersecting at D. when two chords are intersecting at D, so we are having a formula, right? So what is that? The product of the segments will be equal. So from this what I can say, FD into DG, FD into DG is equal to CD into DE. So observe the figure carefully, then you will get it. Now what is FD here? So FD already we have considered it as R minus 2 into DG. So DG means, so this length is 2 and this length is R. I can write it as R plus 2, which is equal to CD. So CD is already 3 into DE. So DE is nothing but X, which is nothing but 6 here. Now this is nothing but A plus B into A minus B. I can write as R square minus 4 is equal to 6 3s are 18. So from this R square is equal to 22. R is equal to root over 22. Because radius is always positive, so we should not consider negative value here. Hence the radius of the given circle is root over 22. So here we have used two concepts. So one is a tangent and secant concept. So tangent and secant concept, so using that we got this relation, and when two chords are intersecting, so we are going to get this particular concept. So based on these two concepts we can solve this question. Next, moving on to question number 28. If tan theta plus cot theta is equal to 2, then the value of tan power 2021 theta plus cot power 2021 theta is equal to 2, right? So if x plus 1 by x is equal to 2, then x power n plus 1 by x power n is also equal to 2. Both assertion and reason are correct, right? So this is a standard question, so you can remember this, because tan and cot are reciprocal to each other. Okay, next, moving on to question number 29. If the median of the data consisting of odd number of observations is 30, so odd number of observations means, so you will have a middle term, so only one term in the middle, right? So that is 30. If two observations 9 and 36, so 9 is less than this and 36 is greater than this. So if one observation from left and one observation from right, if they are removed, then from on both sides, so we have one observation, so which will be removed, so which will balance the given data. Again the median will be the same thing, so the median of the new data is 30, hence the answer is correct, right? Next, coming to statement B, the area of isosceles triangle when base is 8 centimeters and its perimeter is 18 centimeters is 12 square centimeters. Now let us see this. So an isosceles triangle is given. So isosceles triangle base is 8 centimeters, so this is 8 centimeters and perimeter is given as 18. So if perimeter is 18, so from that 18 if I remove this 8, then I will be left over with the 10. That means I am going to have 5 centimeters. Now in an isosceles triangle, from the vertex if I drop height, then it will be perpendicular and it will be dividing the opposite side into two equal parts. Then if this is 8 centimeters, then this will be 4 and this will be 4. Then using the Pythagorean triplet, so we can write it as 3, 4 and 5. Now height is 3 and base is 8. So based on this, half into base into height is area of triangle formula, no? So half into 3 into 8. So into table, so this goes 4 times, so 4 3s are 12 square centimeters, hence statement B is also correct. So both A and B are correct for this question. Next, moving on to question number 30. If the height of a solid cylinder exceeds its radius by 7 centimeters. So what he has given, so height is equal to radius plus 7. Now if the lateral surface area is given, so what is lateral surface area of cylinder formula? So lateral surface area of cylinder is nothing but 2 pi RH, so which is given as 616 centimeters. So now substituting the values, 2 into 22 by 7 into, so what is radius? So radius we don't know, so let it be R into, this is R plus 7 is equal to 616. Now in 11 table, so this goes 2 times, in 11 table this goes 56 times, right? Now again in 2 table, so this goes 28 times, again in 2 table, so this goes 14 times. So from this, R into R plus 7 is equal to 7 into 14. Now on comparison, if R is equal to 7, then R plus 7 is also equal to 14. So from this clearly R is equal to 7. If R is equal to 7, then H is equal to R plus 7, which is equal to 7 plus 7, 14 centimeters. Now what did he ask? Volume of solid. So volume is given by pi r square h. Now substituting the values, 22 by 7 into radius is 7 into 7 into height is 14. So 7 gets cancelled. So 22 into 7. So 154 into 14. So 154 into 14 is nothing but 2156. Right. Next, moving on to question number 31. In the given figure, a circle is inscribed inside a square and a square is circumscribed to another circle. Right. If the diagonal of the square is 7 root 2 centimeters, then find the difference between areas of region A and B in square centimeters. Now observe this figure carefully. So what he has given, diagonal of the square. So diagonal of the square is given as 7 root 2 centimeters. If diagonal of the square is 7 root 2 centimeters, then side is equal to 7 centimeters, because diagonal is nothing but a root 2 only. On comparison, a is equal to 7. Now the diameter of small circle. So diameter of small circle is equal to 7 centimeters. So if side length is 7, then diameter is also 7 centimeters. So from this, what I can say, diameter of small circle. So diameter of small circle is equal to 7 centimeters. So from this, radius of small circle, I am representing with small r, then I can write as 7 by 2 centimeters. Next, coming to diameter of big circle. So diameter of big circle is nothing but, so this is nothing but diameter of big circle, no? So from this end to this end, if I join, then this is nothing but diameter of big circle. But you can observe that diameter of big circle is equal to diagonal of the square. So from this, diameter of big circle, so diameter of big circle is equal to 7 root 2 centimeters. So from this, capital R, that is nothing but radius of big circle is nothing but given by 7 root 2 by 2, which is nothing but 7 by root 2 centimeters. So we got all the details regarding this. But here what he has given, so this particular part is B, this particular part is B, this particular part is B, and this particular part is B. Now since I have 4 B's and 4 A's, but what did he ask? Difference between region A and B. So first of all, we need to find out region A and region B. So we cannot directly find out the value of A and B. So we can find out 4 times of A and 4 times of B. Right? So first of all, I am going to find out 4 times of B. So how can you get 4 times of B? So this part, this part, this part, and this part. So how can you obtain that? So I can obtain by subtracting area of circle. So area of this circle, small circle, from area of square. So a square minus pi r square. So which is nothing but 4b. So what I can write that as? So a square means 7 square minus pi into what is small r square. So small r square is nothing but 7 by 2 whole square. So which I can write as 49 minus 49 pi by 4. 49 pi minus, so 49 minus 49 pi by 4. Now from this, the value of b. So value of b is nothing but, so 49 minus, so 1 by 4 times of 49 minus 49 pi by 4. The same way, if I want to find out the value of a, so 4a I can obtain by subtracting this area of square from this area of circle. So which is nothing but 4 times of pi r square minus a square. So which gives me 4a is equal to pi into, so what is capital R? Capital R is nothing but 7 by root 2 whole square minus a square means 7 square. So from this, what I am going to get? 49 pi by 2 minus 49, which is nothing but 4a. So from this, a is equal to 1 by 4 times of 49 pi by 2 minus 49. Right? Now since I need a minus b value, so simply a minus b is equal to 1 by 4 times of is common. So a value is 49 pi by 2 minus 49 minus 49 plus 49 pi by 4. So on simplifying this, so I am going to get 4 3 by 8, so which is nothing but 35 by 8. So on simplifying this whole thing, so I am going to get this 4 3 by 8 as the answer, right? 4 3 by 8. Next, moving on to question number 32. So in triangle ABC, angle A is equal to 90 degrees. AD is perpendicular to BC and BD is equal to 3 centimeters. Now drawing out the figure. So there is a triangle ABC where angle A is equal to 90 degrees and these two are BC vertices, and next he has given AD is perpendicular to BC and he has given BD is equal to 3 centimeters and DC is equal to 12 centimeters, and is asking to find out the value of AD. So to get the value of AD, so AD square is equal to root over BD into CD. So AD square is equal to BD into CD is the formula, right? So if you want to have this AD square, then this part into this part product is nothing but AD square. So from this AD is equal to root over what is BD? So BD is 3 centimeters into 12 centimeters. So 3 12s are 36. So square root of 36 is 6. Hence the answer is C now. Next, moving on to question number 33. In a clock, the length of minute hand is 14 centimeters. That means he has given radius is equal to 14 centimeters. Next, then the region covered in 10 minutes by the minute hand. So for 1 minute, the angle made by minute's hand is nothing but 60 degrees. That means for 10 minutes, the angle made is, so the angle made is 60 degrees. So we got 60 degrees as the angle, and he is asking you to find out the area. So area swept. So area swept is nothing but area of sector. So area of sector formula is nothing but theta by 360 into pi r square. Now substituting the values. So theta is 60 degrees by 360 degrees into, since answer is in pi, so leave it in pi's only, into r square, which is nothing but 14 into 14. So in 60 table, so this goes 6 times. Again in 2 table, so this goes 7 times and this goes 3 times. So 14 7s are 98 pi by 3. Hence the answer is 98 pi by 3. Next, moving on to question number 34. From a well shuffled pack of cards, a card is drawn and he has given M is equal to probability of getting a diamond card. So how many diamond cards will be? So there will be totally 13 diamond cards. So 13 by 52. So don't simplify this. So let it be the same, 13 by 52. Next, N is equal to probability of getting a black ace card. So how many black aces will be? So only 2. So 2 by 52. Now M is equal to 13 by 52 and N is equal to 2 by 52. Now substituting the values here, since the denominator contains 52, so 52 will be the LCM, and since it is a fraction, so 52 gets cancelled. So simply the answer will be 13 plus 2 by 13 minus 2. So 13 plus 2 is 15 by 13 minus 2 is 11. Hence the answer is 15 by 11. Next, moving on to question number 35. The mean of the above observations, and so M is equal to mean of above observations and N is mode of observations. So if you observe the mode, so mode is nothing but 0 here. That means clearly N is equal to 0. So anything power 0. So anything power 0 is 1. Hence the answer is 1. Right, so directly by this particular hint we can directly answer this question. But normally if you want, you can find out M value also. So 5 plus 7 12, 12 plus 4 16, 30, 26, 37, 39, 45. So 45 divided by 9. So sum of observations by number of observations. So M is equal to 5 we got here. N is equal to 0. So clearly 5 power 0 is equal to 1. Right. Next, moving on to question number 36. Statement 1. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Then AB by PQ plus AB plus BC by PQ plus QR is equal to AC by PR. So already we know that when two triangles are similar, we know that AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR is equal to AC by PR. So here we can say that the sides are proportional. So when sides are proportional, so this particular thing AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR can be written as AB plus BC by PQ plus QR also. If you want, you can verify it. So we can go with one example. So 1 by 2 and 2 by 4. So 1 by 2 and 2 by 4. If you consider 1 plus 2 by 2 plus 4, again I am going to get 1 by 2 only. 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 4 is 6. So again I am going to get 1 by 2 only. So this is nothing but one of the properties of proportionality. Next, angle in a semicircle is right angle. So it is also correct. So both statements are true. Next, moving on to question number 37. The angle of elevation of top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meters and 9 meters are in a straight line with the tower are complementary. So already we know this type of question. So if this angle is alpha, then this angle is 90 minus alpha he has given. Right, so if one angle is alpha, then other angle is 90 minus alpha. So the nearer one is 4 meters and the far one is 9 meters. So this total distance is 9 meters and this distance is 4 meters. Now by applying tan, so we can find out the height. So what I am going to get, tan alpha is equal to h by 9 and tan of 90 minus alpha can be written as h by 4. So what is tan of 90 minus alpha? So it is nothing but cot alpha. Cot alpha is equal to h by 4. And if you reciprocate this, again I am going to get tan alpha is equal to 4 by h. Since both the left hand sides are equal, then I can equate right hand side. So h by 9 is equal to 4 by h. So from this h square is equal to 9 4s are 36. So h is equal to 9. So height of this particular tower is nothing but 6 meters. Sorry. So it is 6 meters. Right, so you can remember this particular formula. So whenever you are having complementary concept, then simply remember height is nothing but equal to root over distances, product of distances. So directly you can substitute the values here. Next, moving on to question number 38. So observe this, in the adjoining figure AC is equal to 6 centimeters and so AC is equal to 6 centimeters and AB is equal to 5 centimeters. Angle A is equal to 30 degrees. Then area of triangle. Now observe this. So whenever you are having two sides and an included angle, so this is nothing but included angle, then the area of triangle formula is given by half into product of sides, that is nothing but AB into AC into sine of the included angle. So sine of included angle, so which is nothing but half into 5 into 6 into sine of 30 degrees. So which gives me 30 by 2 into sine 30 is 1 by 2. So 30 by 2 is 15, 15 by 2 is 7.5 centimeters square. Hence the answer is 7.5 centimeters square. Next, moving on to question number 39. So tan 36 degrees by cot 54 degrees. So we can write cot 54 degrees as tan 36 degrees by using complementary concept. Right, so tan 36 by tan 36 is 1. Hence the assertion is wrong. Next, tan alpha by cot beta is equal to 1 if alpha plus beta is equal to. So what he said already, so already we said that it is equal to 1 when they are complementary. So complementary means it should be 90 degrees. Hence both are false. Hence both A and R are false here. Next, coming to question number 40. If probability of E is equal to 0.00275, then probability of E bar. So already we know the relation. So probability of E plus probability of E bar is equal to 1. Now from this, probability of E bar is equal to 1 minus 1 minus probability of E, so which is equal to 1 minus 0.00275. Now we need to do the subtraction. So 1 point, how many decimal places are there? So 5. So we are taking 5 zeros. So this is nothing but 0.00275. Now subtracting this, so 10 minus 5 is 5. Next, this becomes, so this all becomes 9s. So 9 minus 7 is 2. So 9 minus 2 is 7. So 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus 0 is 9. So 0.99725. So this is nothing but my answer here. Right. So these are the 40 questions related to mathematics, so given in the model question paper. Right. So thank you for watching the video and all the best for the examination. right? And I have made separate chapter wise videos, so if you want you can go through them. So prepare well for the exam, right?